Welcome to the It Girl Podcast, where we discuss living life like the It Girl. Our host, Erica Passy, brings on different guests to talk about their perspectives on all things It Girl lifestyle. She covers topics such as wellness, fashion, travel, and current It Girl trends. And now your host, Erica.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the It Girl Podcast. I am so happy to have you all here, and as promised from the last episode, I have Regan Laubscher back on. So this is a podcast production of the CLU podcasting class where we talk about all things It Girl related, anything from fashion to travel to health, wellness, fitness, confidence, and social media trends. We've got it all here. And so we are just going to pick up right where we left off. Essentially, we're talking about health, wellness, and fitness today. And so I want to talk about all things, everything that also relates to the It Girl, I feel like every It Girl loves to take ginger shots, green juices, staying in for mental health reasons, the Sunday reset concept that we were talking about, all of that. So I'm going to start off with my first question. What are some of your favorite ways to take care of your health or wellness?
So personally, I love, if I'm ever not feeling myself, anything's bothering me in the slightest, I love running on the treadmill. Running or going on the Stairmaster. I don't even know if it's the whole physical aspect of it or listening to music, but I feel like it's just an outlet for me to forget about everything that's bothering me in my life, or even think about it and dive deeper into it and instill more confidence in myself from it, because I feel like the whole idea of fitness and, working out is you're becoming a better version of yourself. And so that in itself brings confidence. You don't need to be doing the most, you don't need to see changes in a day.
Yeah, because that's impossible.
Impossible,
that's never gonna
right?
happen.
But it's the whole idea that you're doing things and making changes to better yourself,
and you're showing up for yourself.
Yeah, you're okay,
it's both physical, but it's also so mental.
Exactly.
I was an athlete my whole life. People might not know that about me, but yeah, literally my whole life until I came to college. At least people at Kalu won't know that about me, but yeah, so I was I was an athlete my whole life, and I show up at college and I'm just yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from this whole thing,
Right.
I'm just gonna not work out. And so I finally started getting back into it about a year after showing up to college, but also we had COVID and everything, so the gyms weren't open. So once everything did start opening up, it was probably actually a year and a half into it, I started going to the gym again, and results don't come overnight, and that is just such a mental block that you have to get over, and so really showing up for yourself every single day, it's so hard, but it's also so rewarding once you do get into that whole mode of okay, I'm gonna keep going, and it's kind of also the same thing that I get it on the treadmill, where I'm just I'm okay, I'm gonna go for I'm gonna try for 20 minutes right now, and then you get to 20 minutes and you're I can totally do another 5, and then you're I can do another 5, and all of a sudden you're at 40 minutes, and
you're okay,
and then you feel so good,
right?
And I've been so obsessed with the runner's high. I used to get that in high school all the time, and I loved it, and then I stopped working out, and then now I'm back on it, and I'm just wow, I love running for that reason again.
What do you listen to when you run?
So I'm either listening, I mean, this sounds bad. I'm not listening to a podcast, that's for sure. But
so many people do that, and I wish I could, but
yeah,
I just
if I'm running, I need music.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, I used to listen to a lot of rap.
Okay.
But I've been kind of steering away from rap recently.
Okay.
Just because I don't know, it's gotten so this makes me sound super feminist, but it's gotten very, I don't know, gross towards women.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, where they'll say something and it just gets an ick.
Yeah.
It gives me such an ick.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's also I don't know, it just makes me kind of feel mad, and that's what I need to run.
It pisses you off.
Yeah.
So you're
but I do love R&B. I'm a sucker for R&B still.
Yeah.
So I'll oftentimes just be listening to R&B.
Yeah, I agree. I think I listen to, because I also do lifting.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I try not to lift as much in season because I fractured my hip last year at the end of last season. So basically, it was a stress fracture because I was just doing too much with, with practicing every day, with like doing extra work, lifting. I just, kind of caused some harm to myself. But that was when I really realized like how much like working out and, just going to the gym and practicing like affects my mental health, because I was on crutches, and so I was extra bothered by the fact that I was on crutches, and if anything else like was happening to me, my normal solution to that would be like, okay, like let's just go like run, let's go on the treadmill. Couldn't do it. I had to do the arm bike. Like it was so brutal. Like I was like, oh my gosh, this is just crazy. So that's when I really realized like how much it really is a part of my life. And once again, you need to be so grateful for your health, because like a lot of people don't have the outlet. The ability to have the outlet, especially while we're so young. Like we are capable of so much, and like when we get older, I don't know if how long my body's gonna hold up the way it is. Like you really just have to utilize the body you have and like be grateful for everything that's in front of you. So,
totally.
But going back to the running thing, I have a running playlist. It's on Spotify. I draw from other playlists and stuff. But
do you wanna plug it really fast for our listeners? Oh my gosh,
should I like show it to the camera?
No. You can say your Spotify username.
Oh my gosh, it's just Regan Laubscher. I take pride in my Spotify too.
What's the podcast, or not the podcast, the playlist called?
It's called Running Away, and then it has a little like thing on it.
It has a poof logo. So if anyone goes to look for it,
I think it's from Jimmy Neutron or something. Like
it does look like
it. Yeah. But it's just so like, I don't know if my music taste would line up to anyone else's, but I feel like you just need to have like a running playlist. Like because I have a different one for running and for like lifting, because I feel like running, it needs to be more upbeat, and then like lifting is more like confidence instilling. So I don't know, but
like if I'm just walking, I'll watch Netflix.
Really?
It's like so great because it makes the time go by so fast. Like if I have like, let's say like a 40-minute episode, like I'll watch the whole episode and I'll just be walking the whole time on an incline, and it makes it go by so fast. But like when I'm running, I can't do that. So like when I'm running, I have to have music.
I think that's another thing. You can just totally distract yourself if you don't like it. Like, but then you're done and you're like, oh my god.
And then you get the runner's high and it's like amazing.
But you're like, I really just did something productive.
So I'm gonna get back to the question that I asked earlier about what are some of your favorite ways to take care of yourself, take care of your health and wellness. So I'm just gonna answer that question myself. I really love to consume good foods, something that's like really healthy and like nourishing and makes me feel really good. I love to take ginger shots, specifically the Trader Joe's ones. I swear by them, and I think that's the only reason why I've only been sick once the whole past like year and a half.
Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe a year, actually, like a year and 3 months. I have not been sick since I started taking them. It's like crazy.
That's crazy.
But I also love to take supplements. Gut health is wealth. And then I love to do like a Sunday reset. I mean, it doesn't technically have to be on a Sunday, but that's what it's like known for on like social media. I love to just like take one day every once in a while to just like literally clean everything. Like clean my space, clean my car, like do my laundry, do everything, and it makes me feel so good. It makes like a clean space like is a clear mind.
That's so true.
And then of course I love to meditate. That's just like a way that I can either like connect to my spirituality or like I can just think about everything to be grateful for in life.
That's awesome. I used to take, oh my gosh, there was a period. It was like the start of spring semester freshman year. Me and one of my teammates, MB, we would go to Whole Foods like every day and get a wellness shot. But Whole Foods is not the same price as Trader Joe's. So
Trader Joe's are $2.
Oh my gosh, we were paying like $4. Like it was so, oh my gosh.
And also using twice the gas because it's twice as far.
Exactly. So that kind of drained my my bank account a little bit, but I was so convinced. I was like, if I ever like needed to have a good practice or like had a game, I was like, oh my god, like I need to take my wellness shot. Like
Yeah.
I like just need to, because it became mental for me, you know.
No,
But
that happened to me one time with they're like the Suja brand immunity shots.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't the immunity, it was the energy shot, and it used to be like, I think they took it off the shelves because there was like crack in
Did you
this
get
stuff.
like addicted to it?
No, like, okay, so in high school, so I hated coffee in high school, so couldn't get a source of caffeine. I decided one day to try one of these energy shots, but I'm like, oh my god, these shots are so cute, like I'm just gonna try it.
Right.
And I think I took it before like an SAT or an ACT or something like that, and oh my god, I have never shook so bad in my life, but that ACT, let me say,
Did you do good?
my score, it was above a 30, that's for sure.
Okay.
It was, I think, like a 31 or something, and like I powered through that test.
It was the shot.
It was totally the shot. And it like literally like okay, so after you take a test like that, I feel like your body normally crashes.
Yeah.
No, I was up all night.
She's wired.
I was wired the
Might be
whole
illegal.
day.
Might be some
That's why I think
substances.
I literally haven't seen the shots on the shelves.
They
On the
might
store
have.
shelves.
I don't think you could
in
have
years.
passed a drug test after that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Seems
what they
pretty
put in
crazy.
that, but yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that there wasn't drugs in that. I'm just gonna put that out there because I did buy it from like a Kroger, but like,
Oh.
but like, anyways, we're gonna get back to the podcast now, guys.
Energy shot segment coming up.
Yeah. Suja, sponsor me.
Right?
No, Trader Joe's, sponsor me, please, for those energy
No.
shots.
No, Whole Foods sponsor me. I need more money for those. Like,
Yeah, honestly. Send us a lifetime supply.
right?
But anyways, so on to the next question. What do you do to feed your soul?
To feed my soul. That's a good question. I feel like I really, running is another way. Like, I feel like that definitely feeds my soul. But I feel like spending time with people I love
Yes.
is another really good way. Like, as I mentioned in the last episode, I'm someone who's super, like, hyper independent. Like, I love spending time alone. But when I'm able to spend time with people who, I feel like are worth my time and, like, I love spending time with, I don't know, I just feel so happy and so grateful because, like, they are people who I feel like, contribute to the person who I am.
Yeah.
Like, my family at home, oh my gosh, I love my family so much. And, like, I
That's
don't,
so wholesome.
I don't, like, realize how much I miss them until I'm away from them.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not a very emotional person. Like, I'm really bad about, like, like, texting them every day. Like, but I really do think that quality time is, like, one of my, it's, like, my biggest, like, love language. And so when I am able to spend time with my family and, like, with my friends at home, my friends here, like, with my team and everything, like, it really means so much to me because just time is so valuable to me, and I'm not going to spend time with you if I don't think you're worth it,
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing. Like, I'm very like, careful about the people I surround myself with, because I feel like we're as individuals, we're so influenced by other individuals. It's just part of life. It's part of nature. And so that's why it's so important to, like, surround yourself by people who you want to, be like and be with.
Yeah, because your friends are also kind of a reflection of you.
Exactly. So, if people feel a certain way about, like, someone who you're super close to, then, like, that, like, what does it say about you?
Exactly.
Like, it can be good or it could be bad, but I think, yeah, definitely spending that time and, like, definitely being out in nature too.
Mm.
Just, things that really, those are some things that really remind me how much there is to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And I would say music too, like, is another thing that feeds my soul.
Yeah.
I love listening to music. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's a good way that like, I personally connect to, like, my emotions and, like, what I'm feeling.
I always think about how much you love Drake.
Oh my god, I do love Drake. I promise I don't have a basic music taste, but I am such a big, like, Drake girl. I I have a whole Drake playlist too. It's on my Spotify that I already told you guys about. It's called OVO. Like, has the whole.
Of course it is.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I'm not sure. Like, do you like Miley Cyrus at all?
I don't really listen to her that much, but
she came out with an album yesterday.
Is it good?
Technically, it's supposed to have dropped today, but you know how it drops the night before. Essentially, it's so good. I'm obsessed with Miley. I'm a huge Miley stan.
Oh, you were her for Halloween.
I was. Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, love Miley.
I might have to listen.
Been to a few of her concerts when she was still Hannah Montana. My dad will say that was like the worst night of his life because he was in a stadium with a bunch of 5-year-olds screaming girls, and it sounded like screeching, just like ear piercing.
Oh my god, that's probably so funny.
Yeah, I love Miley. I love everything that her voice has like evolved into now, and like her whole vibe now. Like, I am so obsessed with her.
Wow, I'm gonna have to listen to it. I've been listening to the new Don Toliver album.
Oh yeah, I love Don Toliver.
So good.
I love him and oh my gosh, Brent Faiyaz.
Brent Faiyaz, yeah. I love his music too.
That goes back to the whole R&B.
Yeah,
R&B.
I love Tiller. I love Bryson Tiller. I love Party Next Door.
Yes.
Just all of the above. K Camp, actually. I don't know. K Camp's like pretty much R&B. I don't know
that one. I have a controversial one, but I don't think I'm gonna mention it.
Kanye?
No.
Oh, what is it?
Russ.
Okay.
He's controversial in multiple ways because for one, like, it's definitely a love-hate. Like, either like you really hate him or you like him, and I like his music. But he's also controversial for like some stuff that he did.
Oh, I don't know about the Russ.
Which
drama.
I don't support that, but he just has some good songs. Man.
I like some of his OG songs. I see he releases
exactly. It's only like the OGs. Like I don't actually keep up with him.
A new single like every week. I feel like I go on Spotify and I see like, oh, new song by Russ. But I really
I don't keep up with any of the new stuff. It's like literally only the old stuff that I used to listen to before all the stuff came out, like about what he did. I'll show you the ones I like later.
Okay, yeah.
But we're gonna get back to the podcast.
Topic. Oh my gosh.
We keep digressing. Tangents, yeah. So I'm just gonna answer like what feeds my soul. Also,
as you should.
I love self-care. I love to do a good skincare like mask or anything like that. Just taking time to do that and meditating like really feeds my soul. I love to hang out with friends and family. I'm also a huge foodie, so I love to enjoy like really good food. It makes me feel really good. And then also I like to prioritize experiences over material goods. I love a good experience, and like anytime anyone's like, what do you want for your birthday, what do you want for Christmas, like all that, I'm just like money for me to be able to buy this concert ticket, or like money for me to travel. Like I just literally just want like experiences because those like really feed my soul.
Yeah, that helps you, become the best version of yourself.
Yeah, it's
not what you have, it's what you have been through. Like the things you experience are really like what build you as a person. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So now we're just going to transition into more of like more fitness related stuff. So you've actually already kind of answered the first question of like, what do you do to stay fit? So I'm just I'll go ahead and talk about what I do. So I just go to like the gym quite often. I do a little bit of like light weightlifting, but I also do a lot of cardio. And I used to play tennis, so every once in a while I'll still pick up a racket. I love to go on walks and like walk my boyfriend's dog, but I also love Pilates. I work at a Pilates studio part-time, and so love to be a Pilates princess over here. Love Pilates. But how do you think fitness benefits you?
I think fitness is just a way mainly to build confidence. And I think that carries over to every single other aspect of life. But also like, I don't know, like I feel like it's another big, I think I talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's a big indication that the things you do have an effect, and it's like, it teaches you patience. But it teaches you that you are capable of so much.
True.
And just how good it feels to like get up and move and everything.
Yeah.
Like right now, I like work out to stay in shape for softball and like for my sport. But I know I'm still gonna keep working out even when I don't play, like because it just makes me feel so good. And I don't know, when you started talking about walks, I started thinking of my mom, because my mom is like, oh my gosh, if you want to talk about it girls, it's my mom. Like, I love her so much. She she's always been very into fitness, and you know, she used to run a lot, but then she went through something and she can't really like run as easily anymore. But my friends will always tell me at home, like, yo, I saw, her name's Shannon, like, I saw Shan like on her hot girl walk today, like, because she walks to the gym, does a little arm workout, and then walks back, so because, you know, it makes her feel good, and like it's like fun for her, right? And so she'll walk with her friend, or she'll walk alone, and like I feel like that is something I definitely like want to do when I'm older. I don't like walking outside as much because I'm too worried about like seeing people. I don't know, I'm so like scared of like seeing people I know, and then
the whole concept of the look that we talked about in the last podcast.
Exactly. But I'll get over it eventually. I'll be
we all love a good hot girl walk.
Exactly.
And you know, that's just something that you got to evolve into.
But yeah, there's so many ways that, you know, fitness is super beneficial, and you know, it seems hard and rough, and it is a lot of the time, but it's so rewarding at the same time. So
so moving into a more like social media aspect of it, do you enjoy seeing health/wellness/fitness content on social media, or do you even see any of it really?
I do. So I used to see a lot of it on TikTok. I delete TikTok like every other day because like it distracts me so much
because of wealth, or I mean health and wellness. I totally just combined the two. Wealth, we're just gonna call it wealth now, but anyways, no,
that's what it is.
It's just mental health really, and wellness
and health is wealth.
Yes,
literally.
It's literally
so but
so you delete TikTok every other day?
I delete TikTok every other day, you know, because I feel like I spend too much time on it. But I would see I get like a lot of like Gymshark athletes, but there is like a couple like specific girls that I see like, you know, on my For You page, and like,
do you know their tags?
One of them, her tag is Court with a 6. So it's 6OURT, and I would originally like see her workouts because like they look really like hard and like killer. She has her own like workout program too.
Oh, okay.
But I like became like obsessed with like her whole style, and like I follow her on Instagram and everything, and like even her apartment and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, like I want to, you know, like live like you, like super cool. I think it's motivational, but I do see how it could be like kind of toxic for other people, because I feel like once again it does, when you see all of these like super like fit athletes all the time, it kind of does create like an unrealistic standard, and it for people who don't work out a lot, I feel like that can be very toxic because you expect to look like that immediately, and like it's not. And it's
oftentimes these influencers, they've already been working out for years.
Exactly.
And it's just because like right now there's a content boom that they're like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna start like posting stuff on social media and that kind of thing, and it's never, I mean, not never. It's not always, you know, the healthiest thing to be watching, because, you know, patience is a virtue, and like, you know, it takes so long to actually become patient with working out. And so like I think everyone expects to go into the gym and they expect even in like 6 months to see results. And that's not always the case. Like sometimes that's going to take like a year to fully transform your body, or multiple years. And, you know, like building muscles takes so much.
And also so much of it, I really want to talk about this too, like a lot of it, 70% about like what you look like is what you eat. And to people like with lower incomes, it's so hard to afford healthy and organic food. And like there's so many issues that can be caused by that. People who work all the time, like it's so hard, like you're not gonna go to Whole Foods and buy organic produce and make yourself like a good meal. Like a lot of the times you don't have the time and you don't have the money to do that. So like you resort to fast food, and you resort to, you know, something quick, and like even things that are advertised as healthy aren't necessarily always healthy. And then you work so hard in the gym, but like you can't, you know, you aren't eating to support that. And that's also like a very big social issue, which sucks. And like there's always a way, but you know, some people are definitely at an advantage in that way, like compared to others too, which is like something that's really important to acknowledge, like especially like as college kids too. Like we're broke. Like we can't
Yeah.
be going like buying expensive like healthy meals all the time.
That's totally what I noticed because, you know, there's the whole saying like food is fuel.
Right.
It's totally fuel, especially when you're an athlete and you're going to the gym and everything. But
Yeah.
what I started realizing is like I was trying to up my protein intake because when you like really learn about like how much protein you're actually supposed to be eating to
Yeah.
like build muscle. Oh my gosh, protein is like one of the most expensive things ever because you have to like buy either like so much chicken or so much ground beef or even just buying like protein powder. It's so expensive that it's just like it's not really feasible.
Yeah. Like personally, like the main thing I eat is bread because if it's just so bad, like I talk about it all the time, but for me, like it's fast. Like I literally just make toast. I make peanut butter toast.
Yeah.
A thing of bread from Trader Joe's is $2.
Yeah.
I pop it in the toaster. Like I go to, you know, wherever I need to go.
Yeah.
Take protein bars with me. Like a lot of the time, like feel like I don't have the time or the energy, or like, you know, the money to make like what I really want to make. So.
You're just munching on bread.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I'm like, literally, I don't know how.
I remember that one time when you came over and you were just like, "Can I just have toast?"
Yes, it's so good. Like it does it for me. Have you ever like had a piece of buttered toast in front of you and you're like, no?
Yeah.
Like, oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's just a me thing. I don't know. But if you know me, you know, or I force myself to love it because you know.
Yeah.
You got to.
I mean, like butter toast, definitely like it looks good, but it's like not always like I'm not always.
You're not craving it.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Sometimes with certain meals, I definitely do crave it. Like I make a certain type of stew, and I'm just like I need butter toast with this.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, before my laptop dies, so I'm just gonna talk about some of the content that I see. I really love I love the super aesthetically pleasing content, which I mean all of it practically has to be for it to be like, you know, look good. It has to be curated properly. I do think that it's like motivating to get your life in order for some people. Like I do think that at least for me it's like super motivating. Like I'll see it and then I'm like, okay, yeah, like I feel like going to the gym now. Like I have an itch to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But again, I also totally see the whole problematic side of it.
Yeah.
And we already talked about it, so I'm not gonna like deep dive back into it. But it's like it totally can be problematic. And so but that's I feel like also partially like the beauty of TikTok is that there's so many sides to TikTok that like if I feel like if you consciously can understand that it's like problematic for you, maybe like try to switch up your content and like get to another side of TikTok, you know? But yeah, so I guess that kind of like concludes like our whole conversation on that. Do you have any like last thoughts about, you know, fitness, wellness, or health?
You know, I'm just a very big advocate for, you know, doing what makes you feel good.
Yes.
Going back to like, you know, doing what is going to serve you and what's going to make you become the highest version of yourself. And like if you go to the gym and like you don't feel like doing something, I feel like you shouldn't have to force yourself to do it, you know, because that's how you create bad habits. Like you don't need to, I mean, a lot of the time, like there is this, like I do believe that sometimes when you don't have motivation, you have to have discipline. But if you fall into a routine and you're like, oh, like this isn't fun, don't force yourself. You know? So,
exactly.
but other than that, yeah, I feel like, you know, always only good things to say.
So another one of my last question to you is, what are some topics you would like to hear more about from me in the future episodes?
Definitely your traveling, because oh my gosh, you are such an it girl for that. Like I'm just so curious about it, and definitely like I know you said something about fashion, but you are very like, I don't know, I love your fashion sense. I feel like you're very with the trends. I'm like the complete opposite, so get me on track with that. So I definitely have some of those episodes coming up. I'll be talking with my friend Olivia about travel, and then I'll try to get someone on for fashion. If I can't, then it'll be another solo episode coming out. But so those are just some of the future episodes coming up. It's all going to be It Girl related, of course, and you can find all of my content and you can find my episodes for my podcast on YouTube at It Girl Podcast.
But all of my other content is on my socials on Instagram and on TikTok at Erica, ERIIKA.3. And if you go to the link in my Instagram bio, that's where you can find the audio for all of my other podcasts. It'll take you to my blog called My Life in a Golden Decade. And so if you go to the 3 little tabs in the corner, you'll be able to click on the 3rd tab that will take you to my Mixcloud where you can hear this audio. And yeah, go follow me on all my socials. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the It Girl Podcast, a production of the CLU podcasting class. We appreciate all of your support and would love it if you would reach out to Erica on all social media platforms. You can find her on Instagram and TikTok at ERIIKA.3. Reach out and let her know what you would like to hear about next, or send in ideas for current trends you would like her to discuss. Thanks again. Look forward to talking to y'all next time.